Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. When a sparkling star, Tevin Campbell, charmed the world with his smooth vocals and extraordinary hits from being the adolescent heartbreaker of the 90s to blurring into the shadows of the music industry, his process is absolutely an exciting ride. Yet what, as a matter of fact, happened to Tevin Campbell? At only 12 years old, Tevin Campbell made a striking introduction by showing up on the incredible Quincy Jones' 1989 collection. Back on this early openness prepared for a solo profession that would skyrocket him to the actual top of the board diagrams, making him one of the most perceived voices of his age with his beguiling looks and amazing ability. Tevin was promoted as a young heartbreaker, catching the hearts of fans all around the world. He appeared to be bound to turn into a global whiz, with everybody anxious to hear his next hit anyway. Underneath the excitement and marvelousness, Tevin's life started to disentangle. Notwithstanding his Grammy selections and introductory achievement, he confronted individual battles that many fans knew nothing about. An humiliating capture stunned his fans and harmed his once-plated appearance. Tevin Campbell's process started in the little town of Waxahachie, Texas, where he grew up singing in a neighborhood gospel ensemble. While he appreciated performing with the ensemble, he was generally happy to stay out of the spotlight singing. In relative haziness, anyway, his mom Rhonda had a lot greater dreams for her child. Rhonda was a capable gospel artist herself, and perceived Tevin's extraordinary ability from the beginning. In an interview with the LA Times, Tevin shared how his mom urged him to pull back from the ensemble and seek after a solo singing profession. He conceded without her pushing to actually be in the foundation, featuring exactly how significant her help was a major part of his life. With the assistance of companions, Rhonda organized for Tevin to try out for jazz artist Bobby Humphrey via telephone. Bobby was amazed by his ability and rapidly coordinated a feature for him in New York. During this feature, TV's presentation grabbed the eye of, in all honesty, Michael Jackson, who was so intrigued that he flew Tevin, alongside his mother, to Neverland Farm for an exceptional lunch. Tevin Campbell imparted to the IMS the old-fashioned sight that Michael Jackson once needed to sign him to a record mark, yet tragically that bargain never emerged. Regardless of this misfortune, TV's vocation began to acquire energy with the assistance of his administrator. Bobby's most memorable large break came when he was given a role as a substitution in the creation of Wall-E. During this time, C. Garrett, a notable vocalist who had worked with Valentine, watched Tevin perform and was truly intrigued by his ability. She saw extraordinary potential in him. Furthermore, she complimented him to music legend Quincy Jones. This discussion drove record chief Benny Medina to recommend that Quincy utilize Tevin's unimaginable vocals for his next collection. At the point when Quincy at long last heard Tevin sing, he was amazed by the youthful craftsman's voice and promptly marked him to his Journey record name. Quincy had enormous dreams for Tevin, contrasting him with two of the greatest stars in music history. In an interview, he said, "I've seen Michael Jackson at 12. And Stevie Marvel at 12. Tevin could be similarly as large a star. This sort of recognition from a music symbol like Quincy Jones is a tremendous support, showing that many accepted Tevin had the ability and moxie to accomplish perfect progress in the music business, very much like his renowned ancestors Tevin Campbell, alongside his mother more youthful sibling and more established sister, took a major action from Texas to Enino, California. This was an urgent step for Tevin as he meant to break into the music business. With the backing of Quincy Jones, Tevin got his most memorable major opportunity to hit one out of the ballpark. He was decided to sing the lead vocals for the tune Tomorrow on Quincy's 1989 collection. Back on the Block, this collection turned into a gigantic hit and rapidly arrived at the highest point of Bulletin's R&B grade, giving Tevin huge openness in the music world. Following this achievement, it was the ideal opportunity for Tevin to concentrate on his own music. In 1991, he delivered his self-named collection, which went platinum, meaning it sold north of 1 million duplicates to champion track. Let me know what you believe that I should do, and Alone With You contributed extraordinarily to the collection achievement, displaying TV's smooth vocals and close-to-home conveyance with this freshly discovered acclaim. Everybody needed to work with Tevin. He was included on the soundtrack for Ruler's film Spray Painting Span and made a critical visitor appearance on the well-known program The New Ruler of BR. TV's vocation was taking off, and it seemed like the sky was the breaking point. He had immediately become a sought-after craftsman, catching the hearts of fans and industry experts alike. His excursion from a humble community kid to a rising star in California features not simply his ability yet additionally the significance of support from family and compelling figures in the business. Tevin Campbell partook in a meeting with the IMIS, the outdated site, that as he became more engaged with the music business he carved out for himself opportunities with more established people. These industry insiders would welcome him to their local gatherings. Also, despite the fact that he was just 14 years of age, he didn't have a driver's permit. He would, in any case, drive himself to these occasions. At only 14, Tevin began drinking. What's more, tragically, he frequently pursued the unsafe decision to drive while impaired. This conduct features the tensions and enticements that youthful stars frequently face in media outlets. In a real-to-life interview with the LA Times in 1991, Tevin implied that there was a more obscure side to his life. He referenced, "I've done a few terrible things I can't, furthermore, won't discuss." Being a teen sensation accompanies its own arrangement of challenges, and for Tevin, it was a period loaded up with both energy and risk. The way of life he was driving at such a youthful age brings up significant issues about the obligation of the business to safeguard youthful ability. Tevin Campbell ended up in a hurricane of energy as he entered the Hollywood scene, yet he had no chance to lose center on his objectives, while, as yet, going to a confidential secondary school in the San Fernando Valley. He was at that point shuffling the requests of a recording contract. This implied that Tevin needed to adjust his studies with his music vocation, which can be amazingly trying for anybody, particularly a youngster. He had large dreams, communicating to the LA Times his craving to turn into a significantly greater star than the incredible Michael Jackson. This aspiration uncovers a great deal about Tev's character. He was not only searching for distinction, he was still up in the air to become famous in a profoundly serious industry. Tevin conceded that he was attracted to the advantages of being a star, including the power, the cash, and the consideration from young ladies. His energetic notice of young ladies and more young ladies features an energetic energy and a craving for the good times, parts of distinction anyway. This quest for fame accompanied its own arrangement of pressures adjusting school recording, and the public activity that accompanies being a youthful VIP is no simple assignment. Teen had to be focused and centered, all while exploring the difficulties that accompany abrupt notoriety. Media outlets is loaded up with interruptions, and numerous youthful stars battled to keep up with their needs. Quincy Jones collected all alleged leg AR gatherings of makers and lyricists to deal with Tevin Campbell's 1,993-second call. Action. I Am prepared this star-studded group, which included large names like Ruler Babyface and Johnny Gill, who were all anxious to assist with molding Tevin's sound, despite the fact that Tevin was as yet a teen. Sovereign believed that he should investigate a more adult style of music. One champion melody from the collection was She, composed by Sovereign himself. The verses included energetic lines, like "I'd rather do you after school," like some schoolwork, which were certainly more intriguing than what TV's young fans could have expected. Team was amped up for the valuable chance to have a go at a novel, new thing. However, he additionally had an anxious outlook on the bearing of the melody. In a meeting with Energy magazine, he conceded that recording She caused him to feel awkward then. Developed subjects, and his need to convey a more steamy execution were trying for somebody still in his teen years to make the recording system simpler. Tevin, what's more, Ruler needed to talk about their thoughts furthermore. Come to a figuring out this collection furthermore. It's exceptional. Sound aided Tevin in standing out in the music business, permitting him to develop as a craftsman. While it was an unsafe move to handle more grown-up subjects early on, it additionally illustrated Tevin's ability and eagerness to take imaginative possibilities. Quincy Jones and his group perceived the possible in TE, and with their direction, he had the option to progress into a more experienced workmanship craftsman. Making ready for his future achievement during the recording meetings for Tevin Campbell's collection, I Am prepared the climate to be as private and engaged as conceivable to help Tevin amass and get into the right attitude for his music. Every other person was requested to leave the studio. The lights were switched off, and the drapes were shut to make a quiet air with practically no interruptions, despite the fact that she had a ton of buzz around it. The tune was never formally delivered as a solitary. As a result of this, fans who needed to hear the more interesting verses needed to buy the whole collection. Rather, the lead track of the collection, I'm Prepared became a one among fans. Thanks for watching this video.